The stand in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial. He reportedly had a brief relationship with Combs' ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura nearly 15 years ago.
Alex, we saw Kid Cudi walk into the courthouse this morning with a bit of swagger, a black leather jacket, wearing jeans, smoking a cigarette. As you said, he is now on the stand now, and he's already talking about some of the threats that he says he faced while he was in a relationship with Cassie Ventura back in 2011, including one time that he says Cassie called to alert him that Sean Combs had broken into his Los Angeles home. He says that he raced 2012 when he says his car was set on fire with a Molotov cocktail in his Los Angeles driveway.
And Bernarda, how is the prosecution hoping Kid Cudi's testimony might help them prove that the sex trafficking and racketeering charges are appropriate?
So Kid Cudi's testimony specifically goes to the racketeering conspiracy. It doesn't go to the sex trafficking or to the transportation for the purpose of engaging in prostitution charges. In regards to the racketeering conspiracy, you have to prove at least two predicate acts. And one of those predicate acts that the prosecution are trying to prove is that of arson for blowing up the car of Kid Cudi. So that is his main purpose in testifying.
Hey guys, so I just want to say, man, I've been seeing all the love and support, and I just want to say thank you so much, man. People have been hitting me up the past week, just checking in, and even today, and it really means a lot to me, man. You guys are the best. I love y'all. This is a stressful situation. I'm glad it's behind me, and yeah, I love y'all, man. Big
Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as Ye has decided to jump out there at a very crucial and critical time and show support for Diddy once again. And we've already seen a flash of this before where Diddy has showed support, showed love, had linked up with his son. They did a re-release and revamp of the Sean John brand, put it out online and stuff like a little collab type situation. Even had the phone call out there. We called in, he was thanking Diddy. They chopped it up a little bit and that got put to the internet as well. And Ye was calling out the industry, different parts of the game and the system, like, hey, we just gonna do Puff like this in this type of situation. And they got picked up all over the timeline because he spoke on Kid Cudi testifying. I wish Cudi had it testified against Puff. We need not to be locked in white systems. Praying for Puff and his family. Praying for Puff Daddy and the family. And of course, they got picked up and hit all the blogs because of the just criticalness of this case. But not only that, Kid Cudi also being a former good music artist, came in the game under the Kanye West umbrella, and most definitely him saying this is like, okay, you know this was going to get picked up at this point because it was a lot of stuff said, a lot of stuff alleged, a lot of allegations going on with this. And we seen it first hit the timeline when the lawsuit came out and Diddy ended up selling. Arson was mentioned in there with Kid Cudi and several other things. Now, when it comes to Kid Cudi testifying, I'm not surprised nor shocked. Of course, I didn't see it coming. It ain't like they was telling us, hey, Kid Cudi finna testify. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, I can see that happening most definitely. Kid Cudi, he is who he is. I call him Cross-Dresser Cudi because of what he did a few years ago and stuff like that. But I'm not shocked that he testified at all. I'm not even nowhere form, shape, or fashion shocked of this situation in no manner. I can see Kid Cudi doing this. Me, I'm not going up there. I wouldn't do it. Like, I'm like, bro, that's old. They ain't got nothing to do with me at this point. Whatever that happened, it happened. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he might have did it from what Cudi testified. He said he feel like Diddy did it, but there is no concrete evidence. There isn't anything official that they can say that Diddy did it at all. He just broke down the situation and how it happened. And from what y'all heard right there, he was directly here for one of the counts under the RICO, the racketeering, not anything with the sex trafficking because he had something in there mentioned as arson. From the outside looking in, also the assistant that Diddy had at that time, they might try to say that that might be kidnapping or a form of kidnapping or holding a hostage because he forced her to go to Kid Cudi's house from him, from what the allegations say. This was over the relationship of Diddy and Cassie kind of going through something. And Cassie was dealing with both of them at the same time, to my understanding, transitioning, doing the 1-2, and she had even gave her address. Now, I'm going to tell y'all like this right here. Diddy is innocent until proven guilty. Do I think Diddy can be mean? Yes. Do I think that Diddy has a bad temper? Yes. Do I think that he abused Cassie? I mean, we saw that on the video, of course. But the way that these charges are coming out and the way that it's getting put into one, 15 years ago, we going to stack all this up and make it a RICO. I would just have to look back and say, is this really about the victims? Is this really about Diddy running a sex ring? Yeah, he's a power and control freak. He might be abusive to people. But when you hear sex and human trafficking and getting somebody facing life in prison, not 5 years, not 8 years, not 7 years, it's like, well, hey, bro, this man is just keeping people hostage and hired a bunch of people, forcing them to do sex acts that they don't want to do. Diddy has stood on, hey, every act that I've done was by consenting adults. I wasn't forcing anybody to do anything. You know, people are going to feel how they feel about it. Of course, I would not want any woman in my family to go through what Cassie has went through, her being used as a sex situation or whatever. Of course, a nigga know the age bracket is there as well. Where did he push up on her and, hey, I get my little rocks off with this little young thing here? Of course, nigga, he was being pissy Diddy. Turned her into nasty Cassie. For sure, turned her out. But is that warranted for that man spending the rest of his life in prison? They pretty much just put it out there, and you're going to look like a scumbag in front of the jury. Diddy looks like a scumbag in front of a lot of people right now. People have already had these opinions about Diddy, but the defense is, hey, yes, I got these flaws. I got these things that I went through. I've got these problems with myself. Being drug addicted most definitely can infuse it. That mixed in with a nigga with a bad attitude, always a recipe for a disaster and chaos. But do we want to say that Diddy was really, he want to go down as, hey, that man spending the rest of his life in prison for these sexual acts that he was into? When was the nearest one? All this is, you know, this stuff with the arson. And, bro, when you word semantic it up in the federal government, this is their rules. This is their choice. They make this decision. They do what they want to do with it. They make the final call. I don't. They can trump it up how they want to trump it up. It's up on the jury now. And all it takes is one count for them to find them guilty on it. That's a wrap. That's all she wrote. The rest will be in the judge's hand on how hard she want to go on the time. I'll just have to wait and see on it, bro. I don't wish prison amongst nobody at all, as in like Kanye said with the system. I don't be wanting to see brothers go through this and do all this time and things. But if you do certain things and you earn your way in there, that's on you. You made that mistake. You made that decision. But it's just like, yeah, this one right here feels a little bit like, we'll just have to wait and see, y'all. I'll just stay innocent, say innocent till proven guilty right now. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.